Hello everyone and welcome. Are you currently looking for a simple way to insert images into the digital workspace of the Optitec software? I am using the software Optitec version 25.1.0.169. If you want to install or use this software, you can contact me at the phone number displayed on the screen. And if you've made it to this video but haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button right now to support Lin Duai Kwok's channel. Next time, I will share many more useful tips and knowledge, so you'll get notified. If you are looking to insert an image into this specific workspace, here is exactly what you need to do. This is the basic user interface that you will see when you first open the Optitec software. To begin, please navigate over to the View menu at the top. Then proceed down to the 3D section and select the 3D window option. Open the shutdown section. You can also use the shortcut key, which is the number 9. Also open the shutdown manager for me. Right click on the gray area up here. Then add the view for me. Alright, okay. Now, let's find a perfect image to insert. You can go to Pinterest. Find any image you want to insert. So in my opinion, the method, when it comes to inserting an image here, there are two very important and distinct primary purposes to consider. First, you insert the image so you can see it clearly and carefully design your work based on that specific visual reference, which means you are creating a pattern by following that image. The second purpose is that you can copy patterns from others when they take photos, and you can then faithfully replicate those intricate designs in the software by tracing with your hand, for example, just like this. If you want to get images like these, you can go to Pinterest.com to find a pattern from someone else. I think this is exceptionally useful and highly practical for those who are just starting to learn pattern design. You can go to this site and at first you'll search for a pattern from someone, then copy it. For example, take a look at this shirt here. But try to find a shirt that is laid completely flat, then copy it, and it will make the whole process significantly easier and more manageable for you to manage. To achieve a higher level of accuracy, the measurements will be more precise. However, if you want the measurements to be absolutely 100% accurate, it's actually very difficult. Because when you take a photo like this, it becomes quite challenging to determine exactly what the measurements are, right? So, let me give an example. Let's consider the case of a tiered marketing dress. Alright. I'll use a basic bodice like this as an example. For beginners, you can use these basic forms like this. So that you can... Here, I'll use this form. Alright, save it. Click with your mouse and save it. Here, I'll save it as some name. For example, I'll save it as number 1. Now let's open this window. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is create a rectangle for me. You create a rectangle, not with the mouse, and draw a rectangle there, okay? You can name it whatever you want, but the size is important. For example, you should set the size to around 100 by 100. This video is a bit long, so you might need to be patient and watch it carefully. If you miss any steps, you won't be able to do it. And when we're learning, we should also make an effort to sit down and watch, right? Watching is just a normal thing, right? We're watching to learn after all. Alright, so once you've created a detail like this, if you want to hide the thread channel, you can go into the view section to hide the thread channel, okay? Here, you click on the baseline section up here. You hide the thread channel. You can hide the text too. Hide the text as well. Hide all the text. Alright, there. So it looks flat like this, right? Once you have completed that step, head over to the Shadow Manager window. You'll click on the line down here, the line called Arctic. First, go ahead and click on this specific line. Then, take a moment to look at the shadow column located over on the right-hand side of the screen. Then you'll click on the Add Layers section. Click on it. Alright. After that, select the image you just downloaded. For example, like this. Or you can choose another image. Then you'll click Open. Now you'll see here, there's a dashed outline image here. Actually, it's already been added, but we just haven't displayed it yet. So look up at the top. Earlier, when I showed you, it was about getting the view section up here. Click here and select this view section. There's a This line here is the button shadow. Look at this icon, this button shadow. That's it, this button shadow. Click on it. All right. You'll see that your image will be displayed in white like this. If you want to change the color of this background, look below. There's a section under this shadow part. There's a color option here. Click on the number on the right here. Click on it and choose a color so it can be a bit darker. Let's go with gray. There you go. Next, if you find that you want to enlarge the specific image you just added, look directly below and you will see a line labeled as scale. Normally, this scale line might have a small plus sign. If you click that plus sign, it will immediately switch over to a minus sign. Then you can simply enter the exact size you want right here. For example, if you want to set the width, just type it in here. Say, for instance, I type in about 60 here. Press enter and the size of the image will increase like this. So go ahead and try to see if you can drag the ruler tool right in here. Now take a close look at the shirt that you are wearing. For example, if you want this shirt to be exactly 70 centimeters in length, you just take the ruler here and carefully adjust it to the correct position. Hold Ctrl and left click on this ruler line. Then enter 70 here. See where this line reaches. For example, if it only comes up to here, then this shirt is a bit too long, right? Or you can use this L position as a reference point. For instance, if L is 40 and the shirt is still a bit too long, then you can reduce the number. You will decrease it. You can click on this down arrow here. So you reduce it, just lower it a bit, right? After that, you'll drag the ruler over here. First, go ahead and drag the ruler over here. Or if you prefer, you can move this image instead. You can use this specific method to move the image so that it aligns exactly with the ruler right here. See? It's actually a bit too much, right? And like this, I can clearly see that it's still a bit too long, right? So I'll just reduce it a little bit more. Let's reduce it just a little bit more. Now looking at it like this, it's actually a bit too short, don't you think? So I'll go ahead and set it right here, maybe 46 or 47. Yeah, this is now about the approximate size that you are looking for, right? That means it is just for your reference and not meant to be an exact measurement, okay? It is definitely not an exact measurement. If you find that the white image is a bit too bright for your eyes, you can always make it smaller. You can use the specific tool in this section here to reduce its size. You can make it much smaller, maybe simply go ahead and reduce it to 20 centimeters, for example. Reduce it even more, 20 centimeters is still a bit much, right? Just another 20 centimeters, okay? And I'll reduce this length even further. Let's set it to about this size, right? So it's easier to look at. It's much more comfortable for your eyes, right? So I've already toned down the background to make it significantly clearer to look at, right? As for this size, you can adjust it back, for example, lower the waist here to 40. When you set this size, the L to 40, and it looks like this, then you need to increase the size of this image. Increase the size of this image. Increase this image a bit. This is how I adjust the settings to make it completely accurate, so that it's close to the actual size. It's only close to the actual size, not absolutely accurate. I'll adjust the setting to a level exactly like this one. So after I've set it to this level, now I'll use the pen tool to carefully redraw the outline of this shirt, right? Now I'll go ahead and hide these specific parts from view. So you'll use this command, the D command, the D key on the keyboard. The D command is this pen tool. Then you click on these points to draw. If you want to draw a curve, hold Shift to draw along this line. This is one way that Alternatively, I could choose to copy someone else's outline by extracting the structural outline from another person's existing image, right? Now, this specific technique is a unique piece of knowledge that, as far as I'm aware, no one has shared with the public yet. I am sharing this secret with you today, and if you find this information helpful for your work, please consider subscribing to Linh Duy Quong's channel to show your support. And especially, I would truly appreciate it if you could please take a moment to share this helpful video on your personal Facebook page or in various groups, so that many more people can learn about this effective method, right? And when those people finally discover this unique method, they will sincerely thank you from the bottom of their hearts because you have shared with them such a truly amazing and valuable piece of knowledge that can really help them out in their lives. And remember to hit the subscribe button for the channel. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel because I know you've watched a lot of my videos already, and you have also learned quite a lot from watching these videos too, but you still haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Maybe there's something holding you back from subscribing, right? So don't hesitate anymore. Just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to subscribe to this channel right now, because the benefit is that next time I upload a new video, you'll receive an instant notification on your computer that I've just posted a new video, and you can watch the whole thing right away. And share this video. Besides that, if you want to be able to become truly proficient in this Optitec software or any other similar software, you can visit my official website online to check out the available courses. Take a look at the courses and see which one suits your needs best, then message me directly so I can give you some professional advice. There are a lot of different courses on my website for you to choose from. Now let's continue with the lesson. You will press Ctrl plus B for me, Ctrl plus B, and then you will carefully extract around these lines to separate out these pattern pieces effectively. Previously, there were a large number of people who really wanted to know how to properly insert an image into their projects, but it seemed that no one was sharing a clear method on how to do it anywhere, so today I am going to share the exact steps with all of you. I'm sharing this with you, so please support me by subscribing to the channel. So we've now successfully copied the pattern from the image of the pattern. From the image of the pattern that you downloaded from the internet, you can immediately copy someone else's pattern. And you can also conveniently insert your own images, custom design images, or your design images into this window. If you want to extract the shader parameters, you just extract it again. If you want to insert design images, you can simply create another image, right? Once you have finished that particular step, you can utilize this specific command to import and carefully place your custom design image. For example, I will insert this specific design image right here. These are some samples taken from our professional 3D design course. If you want to check out the 3D course. Okay, let me demonstrate this for you so you can see that in the 3D course there are various comprehensive sections like the one shown here. There are a lot of different topics covered, including the art of carving, for example. If I insert this detailed carving reference image here, I put it right here so that later on I can look at it while I am designing. For instance, if you want to adjust and significantly increase the overall size, as I just showed you, you can easily increase the size. There, increase the size like this. See that? So when we put it in here, we can look at the image, right? We carefully observe the image during the entire process of designing, so the whole experience feels incredibly intuitive, isn't it? That's it. Alright, remember to subscribe to the channel to support Lin Dui Kwong's channel. Okay, goodbye and see you in the next sharing videos.